We are back. Shout out to Coastal Cali, always giving out bloody good products. They put a lot of effort and thought into their products, so shout out to Coastal Cali. All right, I know what you're thinking. Hamish, you say that you wake up at 3:45 and go to the gym. Well, it's not 4:45 right now, is it? Well, I'm self-employed and the weather outside is terrible. It's raining. The goal today for work is to set up an awning, build an awning. But I've got a guy coming at 3:30. He'll be with me for an hour, so he's coming like right at the other end of the day. So I thought, what's the point in getting up at 3:45 and going to the gym and getting to work at 7 and working in the rain? So we've had a later start today. My previous video got a lot of love. Like, obviously I only had X amount of people watch it, which was always to be expected, and I just wanted X amount of people to show that they enjoyed it, and I got that. So it's given me enough confidence to make another video. So I've actually decided to make a part 3, which is going to be my 2 taper sessions and these other 2 people that I keep talking about. That's all it's going to consist of. It's going to be a bit more chilled. I might actually film my awning if I end up getting that built. It just depends on this rain. I might not work at all today if this rain's going to continue. It's just started raining again now. Anyway, taper session this week. So if anyone doesn't know, a taper session is you kind of, as you're ramping up your training block in comp prep. So the first week is here, second week's here, third week's here, fourth week's here, and then we go into a taper week before competition. So the first session's here, and the second session's here, and then boom, we go into comp. So we are tapering down. So we're tapering down from the heavy weights, the reps, and the sets. It's basically all I'm thinking about right now is technique. I want to have it dialed. The rules for the competition this year is dramatically stepped up, which is fantastic, but it just means you're not going to get away with as much stuff as what we would have got away with last year. So I need to drill in comp spec form. So that's basically what I'm going to do this week for these 2 sessions, because in my first video you would have seen my muscle ups, my 10 kilo muscle up cluster that I did in the first video. None of them would have been a valid rep because I had my arms bent on every single one of them. So that's the game. That's the aim today, is just to dial in my form. And I'm going to actually try and do something different. Seeing as I'm not using music, I'm going to try and do a voiceover for each lift and show you what I'm trying to achieve on each lift. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay, so here we have our 3 sets of 2 muscle up clusters at 7.5 kilos. The goal here was really to have a strong starting position, locking out the arms, and not hopping into the swing, which I tend to do, more so just dropping into it. Also to have the cue of pulling with my elbows and pulling before I begin the leg lift. And I call it a roll over the bar because I think that's more what it looks like and what it feels like, as opposed to a transition. So they're the cues that I'm using for the muscle up. Moving on to the chin ups. So I pretty much take a step off the platform. I have a dead hang and pull and pray. I do have a little bit of a leg lift, as you can see at the end range, as that's my sticking point and generally the hardest part of the chin up. That's pretty much all there is to it for me. There you go. Finished off with some pause chinnies. Again, just pausing at the top, as again that is the biggest sticking point for most people, and I'm no exception. Then we moved into the dip. So there's quite a bit going on with the dip. I'm stepping off. I like to have a little pause there, which is what you have anyway in competition. You'll notice my toes are pointed up slightly. This is to lock out my feet completely so I have tension on them, which helps me control the weight. I'm leaning forward a little bit. I always say it's a 50-50 between leaning forward and a crunch. I don't want to overdo it. People definitely can when they do a dip. They crunch far too much, in my opinion. So I've actually gone more into an upright position over the years as I've perfected my technique. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to my dip. Yeah. And then we finished off with the squat. I've just changed my technique with my hamstring injury, so my toes aren't pointed out as much as they used to be. They used to be pointed out on a bit of a 45 degree. They're a bit straighter. Also, my knees are going more vertically up and down opposed to outwards. So it's just protecting that inner thigh. Yeah, I'm just basically trying to sit down on a chair and sit back up. I'm bracing, pushing out my belly, as well as tensing at the same time, holding my breath, taking big breaths in between each rep, and just trying to keep that back nice and straight, protect myself, and do a nice, as best squat as I can anyway, as well as hitting depth too. Also, I contacted MPDS about my shoes, and they were yeah, pretty upset about it, and they're going to send me some new ones. So yeah, we'll see how the second batch goes, but it was very nice of them to send me some new ones free of charge. And yeah, hopefully the Velcro is better and this was just like a one-off thing. But we'll see how the new ones go when they get here. I also just wanted to show you guys supplements I'm taking. Not much at all. You saw in the previous video that I take creatine every morning. So I have creatine in the morning, and then at night time I have 2 capsules of vitamin C and 2 capsules of magnesium. This aids with sleep and recovery a bit in your muscles. And the vitamin C, I find that it's crazy. Just having those 2 tablets every single night, I definitely feel like I'm definitely not getting sick as often, nowhere near as often. So it's crazy. Just a little top up of vitamin C does definitely seem to help. So yeah, definitely not getting as sick throughout the year as often as I was. So yeah, that's pretty much all I take. That's it. Simple. All right, just finishing the sauna. Don't know how hot that thing gets, but that's the hottest sauna I've ever been in by a mile. Shout out to Ludo for the fucking Unreal shirts. These are not training shirts. I like them too much, so I don't train in them. There was one thing that I really want to touch on. If I don't, it'd be a disservice to myself, and I don't know, I think there could be something that other people can take away from it. Disclaimer, this could potentially sound like I'm talking myself up, or I'm egotistic, or I don't even know if that's a word. If I'm talking up myself, being, showing off ego or something like that. That's not what I'm trying to do. I just want to touch on mindset. My strongest tool that I have isn't my strength or this or that. It's literally just my mindset. It's easy to say that you've got a strong mindset and all that sort of stuff, but in the past I've tested my mindset. I've done Murph challenges, and I've done push-up, 1,000 push-ups in an hour and 20 minutes or something. You can actually go through, if you go back far enough through my Instagram, you'd probably find them. So I've done things that have tested me, and I've also done like a 4-day water fast where I've only just consumed water. So things like that. Not that that really means anything, but I just think that having a really strong mindset is super important. And I know if I had to, I could push to whatever I have to do. That sounds really... Yeah, so mindset obviously for competition is extremely important. I find my mindset as my blocks, each block goes,
and the intensity slowly steps up, my mindset starts intensifying. And where we're at now, where it's taper week, as I've said in the past, I'm basically obsessing over training. It's all I'm thinking about. I can't stress how much I actually it consumes my thoughts pretty much. And always trying to do more. What can I do more? Can I go, I've just come back from the sauna. Can I do a sauna? Can I, should I be eating that? Or, is my nutrition on point? Have I drank enough water? Like everything's calculated. I calculate everything I do. I get out of the sauna and I go into the cold shower. I have a cold shower for 5 minutes. I time it. I make sure my heart rate gets down below 100 again, and then I go, right, I'm right to go. I have a 1.9 litre bottle of water. I drink that before I leave the gym every morning when I train, and then I drink another one before lunch, and I drink another one after lunch. So I'm drinking, nearly 6 litres of water every day. So my water intake's always the same. Like I've said in the past, my sleep is always the same, pretty well, as close as I can get it, really, realistically. Eat the same shit every day. Water intake, magnesium, vitamin C, creatine, all those things. I'm just doing them every single day because I know that that's going to make me better over time. Just the same way as we train in the gym, I try and bring that across to every aspect of my life. And that's just how I am. I'm built off repetition, some people would say. And some people find that boring and whatever, but I'm always, the way that I am now, I haven't always been like this, but I always want to push myself with whatever, even when I'm at work, I'm trying to push myself. What can I get done? What can I achieve? And that's just sort of the mindset that I've developed over time. If you don't follow UFC, I wouldn't expect you to know, but Alexander Volkanovski is an Australian fella and he's world champion. He's in his weight class, and he said, adversity is a privilege. And I really resonate with that. I'm not the youngest bloke that competes. I'm heading towards my mid-30s. I've got a lifelong knee injury that's quite serious. I haven't got the lowest body fat. I'm not the leanest guy. I'm not the strongest guy. But going through all these things that I've been through, and I'm not saying that I've gone through anything harder than anyone else, but I've sort of learnt from it and capitalized on the things that have been hard. And I think that may be where I might be a bit different to most. I'm not saying I've got the strongest mindset and it's something really special. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that for me as an individual, my strongest tool is my mindset, for sure. Absolutely. I know how far I can push the needle, and I think that's something pretty special to have, and I acknowledge it and appreciate it. So I just wanted to touch on mindset because that is extremely important, and I think it is by far the best tool that I have to offer. Anyway, moving on. Okay, last session is done. Training is over. I don't know, every taper week leading up to a comp, I always just feel like shit. Body's sore, everything feels heavy. Obviously, it's just from the built up fatigue from obviously peak week and all the sessions leading up to that. So it's more about the sessions are more about flushing out that fatigue, even though it doesn't feel that nice at the time. You could probably see with my 15 kilo muscle up, it was a bit rough. So hopefully I can recover enough in the next couple of days for the comp and everything's all good. Yeah, felt pretty average. I think my body clock on my watch said I only got like 68 out of 100, so yeah, it definitely reflects on my sleep quality. Was not that good either last night, so it just all comes, you know, everything sort of adds up. But nevertheless, we got the job done. Everything felt okay, but my squats, hey, they felt good. My squats are feeling good, which is nice because it's my weakest lift, but I still enjoy squats. Anyway, I don't think there's anything else really to touch on. That was my last session. So I'm not really going to do any more filming. Filming's done. Besides these two people that I keep talking about, I'll film those two people and that'll do me. It's Wednesday, so I've got Thursday, Friday, well, the rest of today, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday's comp. So I got 2.5 rest days, I suppose you could say. But yeah, it's just going to be all about recovery, eating right, and yeah, keeping up hydration, sleep, and yeah, so I'll catch you later when I'm talking to these other people. Another thing, just quickly, another thing that I kind of do struggle with in this last week is always, have I done enough? You know, and not in the concept of have I done enough to win, it's just have I done enough to be satisfied, because I have in the past left competitions and not performed, not got the lifts, and that has haunted me right through till the next competition. So yeah, it's always, have I done enough? Have I done everything I could have done to get, you know, to perform at my absolute best on Saturday? But on the other side, like I said earlier, like I feel very fatigued. So is it, have I gone too hard? Have I done too much? And these questions happen every single taper week. It's nothing new. And then comp day, generally I feel pretty good. So I follow a program. The people who write the program, they know what they're doing. So you just put trust in that, trust in the process, and get ready to send it.
Hey guys, I'm TJ. I'm one of the physios at Hunter Performance Physio in East Maitland. I've had the pleasure of getting to know Hamish and working with him for almost about 12 months now. He introduced us to the concept of streetlifting, which was wild, just to look into that a little bit more. And he's brought us a few good injuries over these last 12 months with particularly some shoulder stuff, some elbow, and a little bit of knee work that we've all been just great to see how he's progressed through some rehab stuff with the equipment that we've been able to see here, being able to get him back to kind of personal record levels on his lifts, and seeing just how committed he's been to looking after his body and building, often in many cases from the bottom back up to where he is today. So it's been a great experience. Really wish him all the best for his upcoming comp, and I'm sure we'll be crossing paths again. Hopefully not too many times. And yeah, one of the things he's also really enjoyed, we do a bit of dry needling as a bit of a treatment just to try and get things to settle and reset before loading up again. We might even get a bit of I think we might get some footage of that too, if you want, to see what he goes through when he comes in for a bit of physio as well. Awesome. Yeah, I've been super pumped, by the way, that the body's responded to just all the rehab. And he was in. Yep, nice. Beautiful. When you associated. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. All right, that's it.
Thank you very much, mate.
That's cool.
Jesus. Okay, so I just had the my physio session last night. Yeah, I've been seeing this physio for 12 months, I think, probably now. So when I first tore my labrum or labrum, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, in my shoulder, I was on endone just to sleep at night. Like, it was really, really bad. I've probably been to like 4 to 5 physios until I found this guy, and I've been working with him ever since. Yeah, he's been a really important part of my recovery, and yeah, he's also helped me with my hamstring too. So he's been a great asset to have. So I actually reached out to him. I asked him if he'd be keen to just do a tiny little video just to show a face, and yeah, pretty much we did a little bit of dry needling. We did do more dry needling before we started filming. We did my shoulders, we did my hamstring, and then the video is just of my forearm, my right forearm. So anyway, yeah, I just thought it'd be cool to get him on the video, and he was happy to do it. So tonight I've got my sports masseuse, Nick. So he comes to my house and does sports massage on me every 2 to 3 weeks, and I've been seeing him for probably 1.5 years now, and he's been amazing too. So again, I reached out to him and seen if he was happy to get filmed and stuff like that, and he was all, you know, on board for it. So I'll roll those clips after the ones with TJ, my sports physio, because yeah, I just thought it'd be really cool to have these two people that have helped me so much through this journey and through all these injuries, because I was pretty beat up last year. Like, after competing so much, I was not in a good way. And then, yeah, obviously my shoulder was like in bits. Like, I nearly needed surgery. So it was pretty bad. And these two guys have played a key part into getting me back to 100%. So I thought it was worthwhile reaching out to them. Anyway, I'll roll both the clips. I'll roll the TJ clip first, and then Nick, my sports masseuse, who I'm going to see tonight. Yeah, I'm not too sure what kind of video we're going to get of that yet, because it hasn't happened. But yeah, anyway.
Well, I'm Nick. I'm the owner of Home Mobile Massage. I've been working with Hamish for the last couple of years, and honestly, hats off to Hamish. He's done really well with himself. I never knew what streetlifting was until I first met him, and now he's educated me on the whole sport and the whole process he goes through in terms of training for a comp. And as I said to you before, my hat goes off to him. He's put in the work, he's put in the effort. I'm glad to be a part of his journey and to help him out with the massage side of things, releasing the stress and tension from his body, but also working with other health professionals as well to honestly get him back on track and get him to where he needs to be on comp day. So you'll smash it, mate. Go Hamish.
Okay, that is a wrap for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, getting to meet some other people that have been sort of helping me behind the scenes. And the way I look at it is it's just all an investment in yourself. I am trying to be more of an athlete, not just streetlifting as a hobby or something that I do in my free time, but I'm trying to really step up my game and just do the best that I can. And it's nice having these two other professionals that help me, and they're just so happen to be really good people too. And even though you could see they were a little bit awkward on camera, they still did it for me, and they were happy to do it for me, and I really appreciate them. And yeah, it's Friday, so tomorrow's the big day. It's we're ready to send. Body's feeling pretty sore from all the needling and massage and stuff, but by the time comp comes around, I'm sure I'll be fine, and I'm at the point now where I'm just chomping at the bit to get it done. I'm ready to go. So anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed these 3-part videos for my comp prep, peak week, whatever you want to call it. To be honest, like if you guys do want to see more videos, it's going to be up to you guys to write in the comments or whatever, message me, give me the feedback. Doesn't have to be that much. Obviously, I know there's not that many people that watch these videos, but you know, just a little bit to sort of keep me going. You know, I'm happy to do some more, you know, dive into more specific videos. Like these ones have been pretty broad, and I've tried to touch on a lot of things. And I think I've captured that. Like I've captured my lifestyle, you know, pretty well. You know, from the physio, the massage, the work, the eating, you know, the diet, the sleep, the recovery, the training, the mindset. Like I've tried to cover everything. I think I've done pretty well with that, really. But yeah, if I can go into something more specific, like maybe a dip technique of how I do it, it's not going to be the right way, because I don't believe there is a right way. It's always, you know, comes down to an individual person. But I could do technique for a muscle up or squats. I could go into my knee injury, fat loss transformation as well. Like, you know, I was 120 kilos, so there's a lot of topics that I can go into. But yeah, just give us the feedback. But hopefully you liked it, and might see you in the future.